All right, let's get right into it. We're talking about a moment that could literally rewrite the history books for an entire city, Brisbane. They are right on the edge of something absolutely massive, a potential triple crown in Aussie footy.
I mean, this is the big one, right? The question every sports town dreams of answering. Can one city in one single season pull off a clean sweep? Not just one or two, but three different premierships? It sounds kind of impossible, but for Brisbane, this is no longer just a dream. It is very, very real.
Okay, so let's really set the stage here. This isn't just another finals weekend. We're talking about a once-in-a-generation shot. You've got the Brisbane Lions in the AFL, and then you've got both the men's and women's Broncos teams in the NRL and NRLW. For all three, history is knocking on the door.
And to really get why this is such a huge deal, you got to look back. The whole city remembers that Lions golden era, that three-peat back in the early 2000s. It was legendary. But for the Broncos, man, it's been a long time coming since their last NRL flag in '06. They even had a crack at a two-code title just last year, in 2023, and it just slipped away. So you can imagine this time, in 2025, it feels so much bigger.
So how do we even get here? Well, it all came down to one absolutely insane weekend of footy. We're talking two codes, two massive finals, and two unbelievable wins for Brisbane that kicked this whole dream into gear.
And the crazy part? The way they got those wins couldn't have been more different. It was like night and day. On one side, you had the Lions just putting on a masterclass, total domination. And on the other, you had the Broncos pulling off this nail-biting, edge-of-your-seat comeback for the ages. Two wins, but man, two totally different scripts.
First up, the Lions. Wow, they were just on another level. It was their first ever grand final against the Cats, and they just took them to school, winning by a whopping 47 points. And with Will Ashcroft snagging his second straight Norm Smith medal, you better believe fans are whispering about a new dynasty, just like that legendary 3P team. So bam, trophy number one is in the bag. But while the Lions faithful were celebrating, things were looking very different for the Broncos. They were up against the Penrith Panthers, right? The team that's basically owned the league for 4 years. And it was just not going well. At halftime, things were looking pretty bleak.
14-0. That was the scoreline. You're down by 14 against the champs in a prelim final. That is a mountain to climb. You could feel the air go out of the city. That dream of a double? It was starting to look like it was going to fade away right there.
But then, the comeback happened. The Broncos just refused to lie down. They clawed their way back point by point. And then, the finish. Are you kidding me? A last-minute sideline conversion from Adam Reynolds to seal it, 16-14, an unbelievable win. They didn't just get the victory, they knocked off a dynasty and punched their ticket to the big dance.
And just like that, the stage was set for the final hurdle. The Lions had done their part. Now every single eye in the country turned to the Broncos and their date with destiny in the grand final.
And who's waiting for them? Oh, only the Melbourne Storm. And this isn't just any game. It's a throwback, a rematch of the 2006 Grand Final. The last time the Broncos actually won the whole thing. So yeah, this is personal. It's a chance to end years of hurt against an old enemy.
And as if all of the drama on the field wasn't enough, there was a little bit of chaos off the field too. The NRL's big pregame entertainment, Teddy Swims, suddenly pulled out. So you had the organizers just scrambling to find a replacement. Just a little bit of extra spice in an already massive week.
But hold on. This is where the story takes another turn and gets even bigger. We've been talking about a double, a duopoly, right? Well, that's not even the whole story. Brisbane's dream is, well, it's bigger than that.
Yeah, that's right. Because on the exact same day as the men's grand final, the Brisbane Broncos NRLW team, they're playing in their grand final too against the Sydney Roosters. So this whole thing just went from a historic double to a shot at an unprecedented, unbelievable triple crown.
So, let's get the scorecard out. Let's track this trifecta. One box is ticked. AFL Premiers, thank you Brisbane Lions. That leaves two to go. Two huge grand finals for the Broncos men's and women's teams. Win both, and the city achieves something absolutely legendary. And that all leads to this one final massive question. On October 5th, when all the dust settles, are we going to be talking about Brisbane as the city that did the impossible? The city holding three major footy trophies at once, becoming, without a doubt, the undisputed footy capital of Australia. All we can do is wait and see.